Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Shout out to all the Leaky.com supporters. February 27th, Sunday for the Western world. Monday has already began in other time zones, and I wanted to bring this story to you guys. A bit of an update on what's going on in Russia. So, we have been following this Russia situation, as you guys know, and very interesting turn of events. But we've been seeing like people sort of do this around social media. There's been a lot of photos coming out of they would what they would call normal citizens that have taken up arms now against the Russian invasion of Kiev. And in that category of people, we have former Miss Grand Ukraine, who has now joined the fight against this Russian invasion of Ukraine. Russian forces have now circled around the capital of Ukraine, which is Kiev. People have been making a big deal about, photo ops. We've seen the president, President Zelensky, who has taken up arms, right? And there were some photos that came out of him actually on the front lines. So that was a little interesting. Now, I think that they would be considered a really high valued target. That's the thing that I just want to sort of say here is that these people, a Miss Grand Ukraine who's now taken up arms against Russia, would be considered a high value target. But I don't think they care about that, right? They don't care about that. But it's important to note that there is a list. There is a list. It's been going around that seems to show or have the names of certain individuals on it. These individuals, from my understanding, are being targeted by Russia for imprisonment into camps. Give me just one second, y'all. Sorry about that. All right, we're back. So, just really quick, let me get this on out. So, Anastasia, they don't say it Anastasia like we would. I think they say it more like Anastasia, Anastasia Lena, Miss Ukraine, former Miss Ukraine. She's gained 20,000 followers today so far, just from this post here of her taking up arms against this Russian invasion. Very interesting, right? So, of course, this is going to be up for fodder, right? As many people are going to say, she traded in her high heels for combat boots to join the Ukrainian military in its push against the Russian invasion. Now, Anastasia Lena is Ukraine's 2015 representative in the Miss Grand International Beauty Contest. She answered the call to defend her home. Now, this lady knows 5 languages, okay? has worked in Turkey as a representative for her government, has worked as a translator as well. And in one post, she said, quote, "Everyone who crosses the Ukrainian border with the intent to invade will be killed." This was accompanied by a photo of armed soldiers that were blocking a roadway. There's been a lot of convoys being hit, direct hits. We've been seeing apartment buildings in Kiev that have been shelled. Russia is moving in to take the capital. Now, photos have come out showing the Ukrainian president, Zelensky, on the front lines. And she referred to him as a true and strong leader. Now, since the launch of this invasion, she has been urging support and has been soliciting donations to the Ukrainian armed forces. Now, that part is a little interesting to me, right? The Ukrainian military forces are soliciting for donations to the Ukrainian military force. Interesting. Interesting. Now, this woman here, right? She is a marketing and management graduate from Slavics University in Kiev, and she has posted several photos on her social media showing her, she plays with airsoft guns for sport. Now, it appears she has swapped plastic pellets for lead bullets. She's worked as a model, public relations manager, and as I was saying, she has worked in Turkey as well. Speaks 5 languages and has worked as a translator. Let me show you all this additional photos. What do y'all think about this? Do you think that it's wise to even do this? I don't know. Is it? But whatever. Now we were talking about Swift, right, the other day. That Swift is a huge financial transaction platform that the Russians uh, commandeered years ago, and there was discussion of pulling them out of Swift as an additional action or sanction against Russia. Russian banks have been blocked from Swift International Payment Network. Now, many people expect this will hurt Russia for a lot of reasons. I think this is their main transaction platform. So they're trying to block Russia from from having access to the global financial system and restricting its central bank as retaliation for waging war in Ukraine. The US, EU, and the UK cut some Russian banks out of the SWIFT international payment system, which moves billions of dollars a day between approximately 11,000 financial institutions. On top of that, Western allies also restricted access to $600 billion in Russian central bank reserves, a move that was expected to send the value of the ruble plummeting while inflation soars. These are the harshest sanctions on any country in modern times that were meant to hold Russia to account and collectively ensure that this war is a strategic failure for Russian President Vladimir Putin. You know what I think? I think that the Russians have figured out how to survive, if not even thrive, under sanctions. They've been under sanctions for years. It's kind of true about anyone, right? You get put in a position, certain things, you have to live a certain way. Um, not able to do this, you are able to do that. I think people eventually learn how to adapt. So we'll definitely keep our eyes on the market, especially this week, just to see how these sanctions affect Russia. They have relationships with other countries. Could they possibly move money around in a different way? We'll see. But Miss Ukraine is now carrying an AK-47. I always felt a bit of a way though about seeing women on the front line. I hey Centel baby. Shoot, me too. About an hour or so ago, I slept in today, and I made the best chicken and dumplings the other day, Friday night. I've oh, savory. Plus, we had ice and freezing rain that was dropping down in the DF area. So yeah, I even gave some to the dog. Gave a little chicken to the dog. He enjoyed it. I'll be giving him that here in the next day or two. God, I've been dog sitting for a week. He's looking at me. What do you want? Can I help you, sir? Huh? Can I help you? It's like, pet me, pick me up. Anyway, y'all, this is Mrs. Anastasia Lena's social media page. Of course, every photo is filtered heavily. Looks like she's having a lot of fun, right? You would never know the problems in her life, right? Based off her Instagram page. The filters are painted quite heavily, okay? But she's a beautiful woman. And instead of airsoft guns, it's now an AK-47. It's amazing what the times will force a person to do, isn't it? Until next time, y'all.